and you're watching Checkmate right here on Roots TV Nigeria. Out of 20,000 candidates this year, more than half of them are coming into politics for the very first time. So what is the experience like as greenhorns in the political scene? These are the things we'll be looking at today at Checkmate. My name is Gloria Oje-Emodi. All right, so let's talk about your experience in terms of a greenhorn in politics. This is your first time coming into politics. What has it been like? I mean, we hear, well, basically in Nigeria, they say politics is a dirty game. And a lot of people tell you people who are just not ready to do certain things cannot get involved. Is that your experience, or it's been, you know, A-okay for you from the beginning?
Okay. If you permit me, first of all, the position I'm running for, I was the candidate for the chairman of Abuja Municipal Area Council, and it's shortly, in short form, is AMAC.
AMAC, yes.
Now, as far as greenhorn goes, Hon Datta Amachree, my name, is a greenhorn in the present political arena. But as far as my pedigree, my background, I come from a family, the Amachree family. My father was the first Solicitor General in the 50s. I would like to say in Nigeria, but it was actually in Africa because it was pre-independence.
Yeah.
He was also the first Undersecretary to the United Nations.
I see.
He was Undersecretary for Nigeria to the United Nations in the 60s. And I am a lawyer, and from the background I come from again, he was a Queen's Counsel.
I see.
So politics in the sense of greenhorn at present is a dirty game.
Ooh, please share with us.
It is a dirty game.
Why would you say? Well, explain that
because
to us.
I'm looking at the history. That's why I told you the kind of background I came from. What I naively believe politics should be is people with integrity and people that love Nigeria.
But
there shouldn't be a but, because I believe a lot of people love Nigeria.
Of course.
The integrity is so important.
The reason I asked the but is because when you said politics is a dirty game and what you believed in, it seemed like what you're meeting and what you believe in are quite contrary.
No,
different.
Because I'm working with the premise that you made that as soon as somebody hit a politician, the next step is that, oh, they're all dirty. But it's different from the individual and the game of politics. I was taught a long time ago that when you're running for elections, that is politics.
Okay.
You have to draw the line. When you win the election, that is governance. The line is not drawn. After you win, you're still politicking.
When we were talking about your experience, you know, in just what you're doing, campaigning right now, you were explaining it to me a number of times that you've been asked to exchange part with money to induce, you know, people to vote for you or to get familiar with you. Well, that's a report a lot of people, but what's your experience like in this situation?
My experience is that I personally set a budget. I personally got a team of, I would call them volunteers. I personally decided not to ask anybody for any money. However, as you go along the campaign, you must put party agents in place. You must have canvassers in place. I thought I was smart. I was reaching out to my brother, oh, go and get me some agents. He would come back, I got every agent you wanted, but they need an inducement. I'm not being naive. I was just thinking, okay, no problem. They need an inducement all day. You're working. Food and drinks, because they should be loyal to the person that's running. And I'll mention, yeah, let's cover them. Let's monetize it and let them have something. And my brother would just laugh at me. That's not the kind of inducement they're looking for.
What kind of inducement are they looking for?
I'll give a figure. Let's say under AMAC we have 225 polling units, and I'm being clever here, and everybody wants 1 naira.
You're being clever because you don't want to say the exact amount they asked you to give to them.
And you times 1 naira by 225. It's a lot of money.
And you could still lose.
And you're throwing money down the drain if you lose.
But for some people, they'll say it's just about the experience, especially for the greenholders.
No, but something like that, I would have thought if the party should have had a better organization. There's some responsibilities you as a candidate should take. A party will have some responsibilities, and you work together. But every individual is talking about money. This is one political season where I have seen very little campaigning.
It's about money.
It's all about even if when I'm driving in the traffic, oh no, well, no disrespect, honorable, and the next thing is, find me something. I don't, does it reflect the nature of the hunger in the country, or is, like I said, they just look at politicians as being...
Well, I think maybe it's the fact that they look at politicians as people who have either stolen money or about to steal money. So you might as well give us our quota or our bit right now, because we know when you get in there...
So can I go back to the point? The voters, those of you with your voter's card, look at the individual you're voting for. Let there be a game change. There's only 2 parties, PDP and APC. Why didn't you join one of them? Why don't you be in the Popular Party? Let there be a game change. How are you going to be relevant if you're not part of the process? And part of the process means change your mindset.
I see. Here's my question. A lot of people might watch this and say, oh, look at her pedigree. She seems to, be quite educated, quite vast in a lot of things, and she's quite successful. Why are you running for AMAC? Why aren't you going for House of Reps? Why aren't you going for the Senate? Hey, why aren't you even trying to be the president of the country? Why did you just choose to run for chairman of AMAC?
Okay.
Or chairperson, however the correct word is.
When you say just choose, first of all, I didn't choose. I was actually minding my business. I was approached because the youth get a lot of ideas, but they don't have people to help. And once in a while, I come forth and I say, okay, let me see if I can
make a difference here.
Yeah, get involved with what they're doing. And it got to the point that they came up and they said, please, we'd like someone like you to run for FCT Senate. And I was like, I'm not really interested, because I know House of the National Assemblies is something that I just wouldn't be able to handle. And they now came up with AMAC. They came up with it, Abuja Municipal Area Council. And I was actually educated. They said the government hospitals are under it. And I was thinking, wow, government hospitals are under AMAC? I was being educated by these young people in the party. And they have even down to the taxi parks and the markets, Wuse Market Gariki. I said,
these are the things that matter to you.
They control some land. They control, more or less like a mini country. And I'm thinking, one agency has all that control? So I now went one step further and I visited AMAC just to find out their budget and to find out really if they have this control, then we should be looking like... I was horrified when I saw a budget of billions.
And you don't think it translates to what you're looking at?
My dear, I went to 12 wards. AMAC has 12 wards on there. Outside Maitama, Wuse, and Asokoro. I live in Asokoro. I kept asking my team, are we still in Abuja? I said, are we still in the roads? I mean, with the budget I had. So that is the only reason why I made a decision. If I go into any place, I don't want to be controlled by any party that I have to do this, and I want to do the right thing. What if you lose? Do you really lose? But it's the experience of being, going out to the battlefield, the experience of actually knowing that this is politics, this is what it entails. The experience of investing your time, resources, and most frustrating, your mental capability, because your mind has got to be on cue. You don't lose. It makes you a leader.
And will you try again?
Will I try again? Let me answer the question, because can you let me answer that after the election.
All right, you've earned the right to, you can respond to that after the elections. Thank you so very much, Honorable Amachree, for talking to us. I mean, you know, you have heard from her. A lot of people on that ballot paper, on the ballot when you go to elect your new leaders, are probably going to be doing this for the very first time. Like she said, you may want to try out, if you're not comfortable with the, you know, all the institutions or the parties or the people right in front of you. Who knows, maybe it's time to do something different and vote in some of these new contestants or these people who are trying their hands on politics for the very first time. My name is Gloria Ojemodu. You've been watching Checkmate right here on Roots TV Nigeria.